Díomh agus bhar géad míle fáilte. You're very welcome to the Carlingford Heritage Center and Duncairn Arts Center Summer Series 2020, where we'll be bringing you the very best of music and some arts and crafts from both sides of the border to your home. I'm delighted to have inspirational Irish-American singer-songwriter with us here today, a pioneering woman in the folk music scene in America and beyond. Delighted to welcome Cathie Ryan.
Thank you, Zoe. I'd like to start with a song that I got from the singing of my grandfather in County Kerry, because that's where it all started. It is a song that he used to sing when he would dandle us on his ankle, which we thought was great sport. Harimage dandy dandy. Oh, the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, oh, the douse is douse. Lord, the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, oh, the douse is douse. Leil kachem mit sus, kachem mit sus, a pashi kachem mit sus, chucky she knew a samara, kachem mit sus, kachem mit sus, a pashi kachem mit sus, chucky she knew a samara, go the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, go the douse is douse. Lord, the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, go the douse is douse. Leil rock'em a sheer, rock'em a sheer, I'm starring a rock'em a sheer. Van a mid here a sport, chuck rock'em a sheer, rock'em a sheer, I'm starring a rock'em a sheer. Van a mid here a sport, chuck go the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, go the douse is douse. Lord, the douse is douse, oh, the douse a gahara, go the douse is douse. Leil, dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee. Cadded maroon consoon is cadded maroon a lee, cadded maroon consoon ga cune dilly no douse a dee, cadded maroon consoon is cadded maroon ga lee, cadded maroon consoon ga cune dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee. Bool ma swoosh the bookle ma swoosh the podge, bool ma swoosh the sculling just tourney cotch, bool ma swoosh the bool ma swoosh the podge, bool ma swoosh the sculling just tourney cotch. Dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a da, dilly no douse a dee, dilly no douse a dilly no douse a dee. I had to put the second song in there. I was thinking when I was singing the first song, because I wanted to mention Podge, my son Patrick, and Cotch, and threshing, because we're in barley harvesting season here in County Louth. I'm delighted that Zoe and John invited me just down the road here to sing in the beautiful Carlingford Heritage Center, and to start with the song of my grandfather's. And we thought he loved working all day out in the farm and then coming in and dandling us on his ankle. And I realized when I got older and translated the song, what he was actually singing to us was, throw the child up high, throw the child up, and he'll come down tomorrow. So I think he was trying to get rid of us the whole time. I'm going to do another song now that I actually co-wrote with a Belfast songwriter by the name of Noel Lenihan. I grew up in Detroit, and I was really blessed to be part of the Gaelic League, an Irish-American cultural organization in Detroit. It was the glue that held the Irish community together. And of course, the music was massively important because it tethered everybody in that community to the homeland. And when you were Irish-American growing up, you had to step dance and sing. You contributed somehow. And Noel Lenihan used to come through Canada and be smuggled in the trunk of a car, I kid you not, and himself and one of his cohorts were in a band named Rakish Paddy, and he'd do month-long residencies there, and I would just go down every night and mine for songs. Very inspiring man. So he wrote this song anyway, the chorus, and some of the lyric, and he kindly allowed me to jump in and finish it up to this version, which is called In the Wishing Well. And I love that it's a really sad and sorrowful Irish love song set in a bouncy, joyous melody. I threw my heart in the wishing well the day I met him by the river. He sang fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day, our love will go on forever. He said, give me your smile at the end of the day. I gave him my heart in the bargain. He sang fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day, he was so clever and charming. Rightly-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, rightly-dum-da, diddly-I-do. Right-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, rightly-diddly-ah, diddly-I-do. Each day in the sky came the lone magpie. I knew that my heart was in danger. He sang fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day. Oh, my darling, you know I'm no stranger. I never knew if his love was true. His eyes, they were always a-roving. He sang fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day. I spied his feet, and then I wasn't knowing. Rightly-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, rightly-dum-da, diddly-I-do. Right-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, right-diddly-ah, diddly-I-do. I took up my heart from the grinding stone and gathered the bits and the tatters. I sang fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day, fare thee well to the love that was shattered. And I've been long up and down on the same old road with the well and the mill and the morning, singing fa-diddle-da, doodle-diddle-day, and I'll be on a new road with the dawning. Rightly-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, rightly-dum-da, diddly-I-do. Right-dum-da, right-diddle-diddle-da, right-diddly-ah, diddly-I-do. I love those diddly-I-do songs. I grew up listening to them too. Another big connection for me to Louth was Tommy Makem. And I know he was a great inspiration to Noel Lenihan. And he was to me as well. He gave me my first break after I left Cherish the Ladies. I told him nobody wanted to book me. They wanted to wait and see how I did. And I, of course, said, there's no way I can know how I did unless somebody books me. And he said, I'm putting you on television. He said, don't you worry. Everyone will be booking you then. And they were. So I was really lucky for Tommy Makem. I'd like to do a song now that I wrote a few years ago, and I am so honoured to be able to sing it with John McIntyre from County Louth. And we've been living in the same area for a very long time, but this is the first time we've ever had time to do a song together. So thank you, John. This is called The Farthest Wave, and I wrote this after a walk on Balagan Shore, where I live. My work is done for this long day. The sun sets on the strand. My mind is as unsettled as my feet upon the sand. This is the ground I cannot hold. It rolls away from me. My heart is on the farthest way, a boat upon the sea, moving out to you, moving out to you. My heart is on the farthest way. Sometimes I hear you say my name. You steal into my sleep and stir the sea inside of me. The longing running deep. I have enough to see me through. Do you have all you need? My heart is on the farthest way. I cannot stop the sea. Moving out to you. Moving out to you. My heart is on the farthest way. Moving out to you. I have enough to see me through. Do you have all you need? My heart is on the farthest way. I cannot stop the sea. Moving out to you. Moving out to you. My heart is on the farthest way. Moving out to you. And now we welcome to the song Zoe Conway, brilliant fiddle player and good neighbor, and obviously John's wife and partner in crime. And it's perfect. Thank you for joining us, because this is shockingly a happy Irish love song.
Yay!
I know you're stunned, but it is lockdown and we need all the help we can get. And if you grew up listening to Irish music like I did, you know that love songs are a very sad and desolate, lonely place. And usually by the fourth verse, the woman inevitably wishes that she was dead. It's really awful, especially when you're 5 listening to this stuff. It doesn't give you much hope. But it's an equal opportunity land of suffering, the Irish love song, because by the fourth verse, the man also wishes that she was dead. So it's good. It's good egalitarian love over here. But I wrote this lyric because I wanted to sing about happy love. And this takes place on a small island off the coast of Ireland called Carrick-a-Reid. And I was inspired to this lyric by Wallace Hood from Belfast, who used to go courting to Carrick-a-Reid before it became a big tourist attraction. Couples went there from Belfast because they could have privacy and wild Atlantic waves. Carrick-a-Reid.
Hand up, tree, hand up, tree.
I'll walk the miles from Ballintoy, no shining moon to light my way, across the fields of Larrybane and the rope bridge where my love waits. The fishermen lie in their beds, the salmon spawn in Moyle's blue sea, and you lie there upon the grass, waiting for me on Carrick-a-Reid. One step and two, hold tight, let go, 20 and 4. stealing soft under your coat. We will tell our stories, love, and sing our songs out every note. One step and two, hold tight, let go. 20 and 4, hold tight, let go. I'm nearly there, let go, let go. Your sweet kiss will bring the rest. Your mouth on my mouth, wave on wave. We will meet the sea's loud roar. No better way to cheat the grave. Woo! One step and two, hold tight, let go. 20 and 4, hold tight, let go. I'm nearly there, let go. One step and two, hold tight, let go. 20 and 4, hold tight, let go. I'm nearly there, let go, let go.
Thank you, Cathie. Same to you. Well, Cathie, now that we have the music out of the way, we can relax a little bit.
Great. Cup of tea time.
Yes, almost. But I'm just wondering, how did you end up moving to County Louth from Detroit originally?
Yes, well, I lived in New York for many, many years. I raised my son there. And I began as part of my music, and I was a teacher, and I love Irish mythology and folklore. And I wanted to do something with those. So I began running tours to Ireland with a Jungian analyst named Sylvia Pereira and a professor from the City University of New York, Michael Paul, who he was genius at Celtic mythology. And the last tour that we did together, we did 14 years worth of tours, was to Louth. And from there, I began to come back regularly.
Yeah.
And then things in my life changed in America, and I thought, well, why not move? Why not move to Balagan? And that was 20 years ago.
And what about like years ago when you were touring in America and building your name there? I know that you were part of Cherish the Ladies, and that was really unusual because it was kind of female-fronted, led band and bringing Irish music to America, which really hadn't been done before. Would that be fair to say?
Absolutely. It was before Riverdance. It was before the advent of Irish music exploding onto the arts scene. Yeah. Step dancing wasn't known. The Irish language, there were people who didn't even know Ireland had its own language, you know? And also women, that was the part of it that was really important to me. I grew up as a young child watching Irish musicians on the stage, most often men. Yeah. And when it was a woman, she usually had a lovely gown on, and it was a very different type of, it was this
image.
Exactly. Yeah. Elegant, elite, very feminine. And I wanted to be part of pioneering women on a stage who could take a room, who could make music and create music and make a living at it. I got to the point where after 8 years, I felt like we did it.
Yeah. That's incredible.
And then I started my own band.
Yeah, oh wow. It's a very new world for us all now.
Massively new world, and a frightening world at times. I mean, you have to be real about it. It's frightening to know what are we going to do to make a living if this continues much longer. But I think the most important thing about the music for me right now is it's helping me through this.
Yeah.
Other people's music is a life raft. And if this time doesn't show the powers that be, the essential nature of music, I mean, every child in the world comes in with music.
Yeah.
It is part of the DNA. My Aunt Bridie has Alzheimer's, and she is not present. She's 83. She's with the Sisters of Mercy in Limerick. But when I sing to her, she comes back to the room.
Yeah, isn't that incredible?
And she knows me, and she knows the song. And when the song is gone, she's away again. So music and tunes and visual arts crucial to us as human beings. As everything is being taken away from us and we find out what's really important, that is part of what's there. It's bedrock.
I know. I totally agree. And actually, a lot of our conversations are following the same path with all the musicians. You know how important music is in all of our lives. And just tell me about your influences. I know you had a lot to do with Tommy Makem and lots of people like that in America trying to help you out
I've had lots of angels.
Yeah.
My father was a singer and completely mad about Irish music. He should have been a professional singer, but he was much more concrete. You know, you have to have a retirement. And of course, you often don't with music. But he was a brilliant singer. And he would sit me down and take me through a song. You know, he would call me on things. Do you know what you're singing? Do you know what you're singing? Do you understand what the people were going through in that song? So he made me explicate it like a text. And that was very helpful to me as a singer. He also taught me the most valuable piece of information I ever learned as a singer. It's not about you. It's about the song. Yeah. If it was a great song, it was there before you. It will be there after you. Don't inject too much, histrionics, over singing. He would tell me right away. He never told me I was good at singing till I was over 30.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he was so awful. He was a hard man. He would say, "Oh no, there's a crow in there." It had to be so good for him. But he just wanted it to be right. He was an Irish parent. I mean, what can I say? But he really believed it was about taking people out of a room. Celebrity in folk music, I'm so grateful I didn't grow up with that piece that's so prevalent now for kids listening to music. It wasn't about you. It was about taking people out of the room, connecting people through a shared experience, the emotion of the song. And when I left Cherish the Ladies, Dermot Henry, I married very young at 18, and shocking whenever I even think about that now. But thankfully, Dermot and I are still very, very close. He was a tremendous influence on me. Yeah. He introduced me to Joe Heaney because at the time I was singing Seanlos.
Oh, wow.
And
Seamus O'Heaney.
Yes. And he was wonderful to me. He put me in my place too. He said, "Cathie, look, I know you want to win an All-Ireland," he said, "but you need to sing what's in you. Yeah. And you can't allow people to hurt your music."
I know.
I was 17 at the time. He said, "Don't let them hurt your music. You're not going to fit in the nice box over there." So he was very clear. I was never going to win an All-Ireland. You can now, an American can now. But I loved him for that. And he also told me, we are born with 2 ears and 1 mouth. And God proportioned it that way for a reason. Isn't that a good one?
That's very good. Thank you so much for coming in and to chat to us and to share your music and everything. It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you, Zoe. I'm honored that you invited me. Thank you. My work is done for this long day. The sun sets on the strand. My